after the next bit, which is character creation. We are going to try and make a character together. So I expect this to go incredibly well because I am doing this in Photoshop. So bear with me. What I'll let you guys do is maybe Sam or V or together, if you guys work through character creation, and we can just ask chat questions or shout out suggestions if you have ideas for how this character should be. So yes, let's dive in and see what we come up with. Let's see if we manage to make someone worthy of surviving in the wastes or not. Where do we start?
We start with your origin.
Okay.
So there are 6 fairly easy steps to creating character. They're on page 50 of the core rulebook. As a little summary. So the first one is choosing your origin.
Okay.
So we have such origins as the Brotherhood of Steel. You could be a ghoul. You could be a super mutant. You could be a Mr. Handy robot. You could be a survivor, or you could be a classic vault dweller. Let's
put this one up for debate. Shout in chat if you have any preferences. I'm going to say no vault dwellers and no raiders, because that's vanilla. Come on, Jimbly. Survivor, vault dweller. This is vanilla style. Come on, what we got? Brotherhood.
What was really fun is I remember doing that kind of survey I talked about, just while we wait for those to come in. And do you know what the most popular answers were for the character when we said what characters do you want to play?
Yeah.
It was ghouls. Everyone wanted to play ghouls. And Mr. Handys. They were the 2 most popular. Everyone was like, I want to be a cool robot with a funny voice, and I want to be a ghoul with a really tragic backstory.
Who doesn't? I mean, that's the thing. You'd be a dog. So yeah, so far, Kuvinet's Brotherhood of Steel. Stilettos is Mr. Handy. Dog. Gil wants to be a dog. Can't help me there, mate. But credits to the people. I'm not gonna outrule things just because I think they're boring. But if people want to survive, there are 2 for survivors. Well, survivor and vault dweller. So maybe we do make a survivor.
All right. Well, survivor is like one of the more versatile ones. It's a bit like playing human in a fantasy game.
Yeah.
So you can kind of pick like what
kind
of thing you want.
There's another one in for Brotherhood of Steel there, so technically Brotherhood is now at 2. Maybe we should do Brotherhood.
Well, I'm on the survivor page now, Steve.
If only you had won a PDF, you could just scroll down easily.
We've got another one for Mr. Handy now.
So it's 2 handy. So it's 2 handy. So it's either going to be a Mr. Handy or a Brotherhood. Whoever says something next to break this tie.
Might be interesting.
2 for vault dwellers. That's not how you break a tie. You don't add a 3rd person to the tie.
I always think Mr. Handys are interesting because you kind of have the robot armor and their little attachments that are kind of fun.
Can we do a Brotherhood of Steel Mr. Handy?
I mean, yes. So we're going to have to pick Mr. Handy then if we want.
Okay,
to do that.
Right. So are you ready for the amazing change? I'm glad we picked a robot. Shazam! We're now going to use the robot character sheet.
You haven't got the robot character sheet, have you?
Yes, I have. Check that out.
Oh,
nice.
Oh, hello. All right.
Make him a Mr. Gutsy. Okay.
There is nothing that me and Photoshop cannot do.
So basically, your origin just gives you a trait. A little bit like you could pick traits from Fallout 1 or Fallout 2, and you also see a little bit of that in New Vegas as well. So they're not meant to be just a single bonus. They're something fundamental about your character. They have a little bit of a detriment to them too.
Okay.
So the Mr. Handy robot trait
says. Of course, he's going to be Mr. Handy. He's not going to be Brotherhood. I've just put in Origin Brotherhood of Steel because I got straight to. Oh dear. Well, I'll change that then, won't I?
Origin has got to be Mr. Handy for those hit locations.
Obviously.
Yeah.
You want to use the sheet.
So the Mr. Handy trait reads, you have 360-degree vision and improved sensory systems that can detect chemicals, smells, and radiation reducing the difficulty of perception tests that rely on sight and smell by 1.
Okay.
You're also immune to radiation and poison damage, but you cannot use chems, nor can you benefit from any food, drink, or rest.
Okay. That's fair enough.
You move by jet propulsion, hovering above the ground, unaffected by difficult terrain or obstacles.
Mm-hmm.
Your carry weight is a solid 150 pounds.
Bingo.
Cannot be increased by the strength or perks, but it can be increased by modified armor.
Okay.
You cannot recover from your own injuries or heal health points without receiving repairs, basically from somebody else, and that's covered elsewhere as well.
Fair enough. Cool. Okay. So what we would normally do is there would be, places to write down, like we've got perks and traits and stuff. We'll fill those out, but we won't be filling out every single detail. We'll keep this fairly light. So what would we do now? There has been a suggestion of the name Bingo, I believe, in here. So, but I will just submit name suggestions as you see them. Otherwise, what's
Bingo
the next step?
Bingo is an Air Force term, isn't it? For something.
Is it?
That works.
Bingo.
Bingo fuel means you haven't got any.
Bingo.
Is that right? Or you dump it or something?
Bingo.
Bingo fuel.
Somebody in chat will tell us if we're wrong.
Definitely. Bingo. He's now called Bingo. Or is he going to be called Bingo Fuel?
Yeah, Bingo Fuel is his full name, but everyone calls him Bingo.
Of course so. There we go then.
I think the next bit for this is we get to pick our 3 arm attachments for our Mr. Handy.
Yes, we do.
Which
Excellent.
is like my favourite thing about this robot is that you can kind of customize it. So you get the choice of a 10mm auto pistol, the classic buzzsaw, or flamer. The classic buzzsaw. Look, we've all been buzzsawed to death by Mr. Handy in Fallout.
Yeah.
It's a rite of passage. You get a flamer if that's your kind of thing.
Yeah.
The laser emitter and the pincer, which you can choose not to have, but that does come with some setback. Not having the pincer means that you can't, lockpick stuff, throw things, because you haven't got anything to, pick that kind of stuff up with.
So if we're going as like a template, we're basically thinking he's like a kind of like a Mr. Gutsy. Is there like a template for us to take for that, or do we just like pick whichever we feel is right?
I think there is. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go straight to the wiki. Is what I'm going to do. And look at Mr. Gutsy.
Let's look at him up.
NPCs, I think. NPCs have got
So Mr. Gutsy in Fallout 4, there are obviously some variants.
Yeah.
There is a Brotherhood Mr. Gutsy. I'm clicking on it.
Yes.
Click harder.
I'm gonna guess
my
it's like
internet is
a
trying.
laser emitter.
It's not going anywhere.
A pincer.
A Brotherhood Mr. Gutsy. What did you say, V?
I would reckon laser emitter, buzzsaw, and pincer.
It looks
Makes
like,
sense.
from the image, that it's just a flamer, a buzzsaw, and a pincer still. The variant can be found aboard the Pridwin at the science station, is especially protective of plants.
Remember that one?
Gil's pointed out the image is always that, apparently.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know, the gunner Mr. Gutsy has got 3 flamers on it.
They use a lot of laser weapons, though, don't they?
Can we just give him 3
The
lasers?
Brotherhood use a lot of laser weapons, yeah.
Let's give him 3 lasers.
3 lasers. It's just lasers all the way down.
Exactly.
lasers.
I reckon we should give him... Yeah, I like the buzzsaw for a bit of melee, and it's always a little bit brutal, isn't it?
Yeah,
Cool.
that's always. That's horrifying. You turn
Okay,
around, it's
so
just there in your face.
We've got a weapon. We've got a buzzsaw. What's next?
I would go laser emitter if we're going Brotherhood. He's got to be a little bit techie, right?
Yeah.
They got to do something with all that stolen technology.
Yeah.
I love how he said stolen.
I mean,
Accurate.
it's a little bit stolen.
Accurate.
I have opinions about my which factions I prefer in Fallout. And I guess the pincer can't have a Mr. Handy who
Yeah.
Yeah,
goes
if you
around the
don't have a
waistband without being able
pincer,
Can't open
to pick
doors.
stuff up.
you can't pick stuff up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay, so I've popped those in the weapon slot. I don't want to change the font size, so I've just written laser emit. But Part of abbreviating things
Fair
is part of a character sheet rite of passage. That's how you do it. So we've chosen these weapons. What are we filling next? What do we work out? Second hand.
Well, we increase our special attributes.
Cool.
So each stat starts with a rank of 5, unless your origin alters that, but ours is fine. And you have 5 points to spend to increase your attributes.
Okay. Well,
Let's
do.
You can reduce a special attribute rank to 4 to gain a point to spend on another one if you want.
Okay.
I also really like that you have we have the attribute arrays in this. So if you don't want to, if you're trying to put together some quick characters or you want a balanced group, you can just, there's a nice little list there of balance, focus, and specialize where you can just put the numbers straight in because it gives them to you. You just choose where they go.
Steve, I'm seeing you put this together. Just keep hitting spacebar, mate. It's be fine.
So you don't get this with a form fillable one. You get look, get the nice font and everything. So so we've got 5 in everything. Does that include luck? We don't get to start with 5 in that, do we?
It includes luck. Yeah.
It includes luck. Oh, well, there we go. There's my 5. There you go.
To make it simples. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. 5. Bingo. So literally bingo. So what do we add here then as a Mr. Handy with all these lovely tools?
Well, let me check again because I've forgotten, but I'd imagine that perception is what we tend to use for energy weapon attacks.
I think so.
Because there are some default attributes. Let's have a little look here.
Clarifications come in from Corexian. Bingo fuel is slang term for the minimum amount of fuel needed to safely return to base. So,
boom.
Ask and chat will provide. That is
exactly
how it works.
Shooting lasers is here we go. Nathan has come to the rescue. Lasers is perception plus energy weapons. So perception should probably be a good one if we want to shoot people. If we want to pew.
I think that's pew is high on the list of important stuff. So let's amp that up. What do we want to take that to?
Give it a couple.
Yeah, like
7.
7. 7's
I think we gotta push up strength a little bit because he's running on hydraulics and
and got a buzzsaw.
And he has a buzzsaw, so they're pretty hardy machines.
So just to cover people who don't necessarily know, how many points are we playing with here? How many points do we add in?
5.
5. We've got another 5. So if
you can drop a 5 to a 4 to get another point if you want one.
Right. Okay. So strength. What are we saying? 6 or 7 as well?
6 probably, because bear in mind we can't alter the weight, carry weight.
No, that's true. I don't feel he needs to necessarily be intelligent or charismatic. I mean, one of those.
Charisma.
Could go down.
Let's drop charisma. Let's just drop charisma.
I'd drop charisma and bump up the intelligence because he's a robot. They're an AI, and we have seen Mr. Handies in the game. In Fallout 4, there's a whole little area you can go to where they've all become very self-aware and snarky.
A character in a video game with a British accent being snarky. Who saw that coming?
Never.
So that's 3. We've used 3. We've got 2 points left. Maybe endurance. Maybe he, if he's a brotherhood handy, he needs to.
They're gonna have souped him up a little bit,
Yeah.
I reckon we put the rest into endurance.
Yeah, so he's got 6, 7, 7, 4, 6, 5, 5. I see a lot of min and not enough max. It's fair enough. So we've got strength 6, perception 7, endurance 7, charisma 4, intelligence 6, agility 5, and luck 5. So there we go.
I like that.
That's good. So we've worked out our basic guy, our basic Brotherhood handy. What do you think we do next?
Well, next is tag skills.
Right?
Woo!
Yeah.
Cool.
So choose 3 skills to be your tag skills. So the tag skills are the most important skills to your character, and they represent specific areas of expertise and knowledge that your character possesses. Your origin may grant you an additional tag skill, but it doesn't because we're a robot.
Hey,
not necessarily because we're a robot, just because of the origin.
Yeah.
When you use a tag skill, you score a critical success on any die that rolls equal or under the skill value, rather than just rolling a 1.
Okay, cool. So this is our specializations, really, isn't it?
Yeah, and they give us a wider crit range on our dice, basically.
Excellent.
Each tag skill starts its rank at rank 2. All of the others start at 0, and you need to then put your points into them, and you get 9 points plus your intelligence number of skills. I remember we tucked that in from like Fallout, the early Fallout games, right? Because the higher intelligence you were, the more skill points you got.
Yeah.
So it was a nice little nod to that.
Yeah, it's always a playoff in the older games of like, if you want to be really intelligent to have more stuff later, you start the game out being really incapable of surviving.
Yes. One of my favorite ever Fallout playthroughs was watching Sips play through Fallout 1 with a guy with the minimal intelligence, and no one would talk to him because he was too dumb. It
gets really daft.
It does. Yeah. It gets ridiculous. We've got suggestions coming in for skills to be tagged. Jimbly suggests explosives, which I think kind of makes a degree of sense.
Yeah. Energy weapons for sure as well, because he's got energy a little laser.
So there's that. The Ravener suggests cooking, which is not a skill. Try again.
It could be survival.
Survival. That's true. Okay, so survival and energy weapons, you say, as well.
What else have we got? Let's have a little flick through here.
I think repair is probably a good one for Mr. Handy, because that was kind of what they were designed for, either to fight or to be kind of maintenance and or babysitters.
Yeah, energy weapons for sure, definitely.
Or maybe science, if it's a Brotherhood one.
Yeah.
Maybe science. Science will let us hack.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like energy weapons, science, and survival.
Yep, that's 4. How many
we can only do 3.
We can only do 3.
Yeah.
I wasn't thinking. So what do we ditch? Energy weapons, explosives, science, or survival? I think science. I feel like he's. I know what you mean. It's useful for repair, but if he's like with the Brotherhood, I feel, and he's. Bingo
for more shooty robot.
Well, bingo fuel also implies that he lives on the edge. He's got just enough fuel to come back.
Okay, let's drop science then.
Okay, so
I like that. Yeah.
Yep. Then we need to think about rank, presumably.
So each of those that we've tagged starts at 2.
Okay, and all the others are at 0, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look at the amazing carriage return I've got on this one. Hey, good job.
Oh God, you just
hey, there we go. We're
getting zeros on each other.
I know. It's I've got to now just guess what the preset is. Oh, 72 points. How does that sound? Ooh.
Almost.
Let's go for a nice round 80. That's too much. 74. I'm leaving it at 74 because. I've got plans for Christmas, so...
just imagine they line up.
Imagine this looks better than it does, and you're there. 72. Actually, it might actually just be... I say I'm going to leave it. I've played this game before. No, I'm not. Okay, so that one's going to be 2. That one's going to be 2. There we go.
15 points total to add to our skills. Can I do math?
9 plus what? 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, 15 points to add to our skills. And the maximum that you can go up to in character creation at level 1 is 3.
3. So
we can't min-max. True min-max.
Yeah. So does that include the ones we already have at 2 due to our tag?
Yeah.
Okay.
We bump those up to 3.
Clearly, so that's 1, 2, 3. That's a shoe-in. A shoe-in? What's the word? A no-brainer. What else?
Just go down the list and just see.
I mean,
yeah.
I'm already thinking of a story for Bingo Fuel They were part of a Brotherhood recon recovery team, and the rest of the unit got wiped out by a radioactive lightning strike. They're now trying to get back to the Brotherhood with the Brotherhood's dog tags to report.
With only enough hover
fuel
to get home.
Yeah.
I have to go straight home. It's like the timer on Fallout 1. You've only got so many days.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh god.
You can't veer off the path.
Only so many timers for people to say they don't know what a water chip is. It's like, God damn it! Yeah, okay. So in that case, is this game available at brick and mortar stores? Yes, it is as of this week, GamerGoat56. As this is the official launch week. So, given that we're looking at him trying to get to his way back home, I mean, maybe repair? Maybe he needs to look after his own... He can't repair himself, can he? Can he?
No.
No, but if he finds some helpful travellers, he might be able to instruct them how to repair him.
That's true.
Because I don't think the average Wasteland Joe is going to know what to do with a Mr. Handy. We've
true.
had that experience in Fallout 4 where you try to fix one, and if you do it wrong, it just...
Maybe we put like 2 in that.
That seems fair. That seems fair. So there's 2. So we've now used 5 of our points.
Is anyone keeping count? Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
I'm counting. We've got 4 left.
Should we? Right, he is Brotherhood of Steel. Should we put some science in there?
That makes
a little bit of
a
science.
large
like
degree.
1
Yeah.
or something, 1 or 2.
Yeah.
He's had basic field programming.
Exactly. Yeah.
Is he stealthy?
Probably not.
I don't feel like they're fucking hover robots. I don't think they're stealthy, are they?
Loud. I reckon that we can maybe put like a point.
Hello, sir. I shall hide behind this large object.
A point or 2 into speech, because Mr. Handies are designed to be
Yeah.
either personable or authoritative. Like the Mr. Gutsies are really good at shouting things at you and demanding identification.
Yeah. So 1 or 2, do you think?
I'd go 2 if he's got to find.
Or 2.
Yeah.
I don't know. If he's got to find his way back, then he's got to be programmed to be able to interact with people pretty well, right? Ask for directions, tell them to hand over their equipment.
Well, if we take it to 3, that's like all of his points gone.
Oh.
Because we've got 9 points.
That's where his experience comes in, right? This is at the point at which he has to get home. So
yeah,
with experience, we can add those points into speech. Maybe just 1 for now.
Okay, yeah.
Because it's a kind of Mr. Gutsy kind of programming where it's all.
Is he like full?
People.
Yeah, is he like a full British butler like Mr. Handies, or is he more like Michael Caine as Alfred?
No, I like to think of him as Tom Cruise in Top Gun.
He's like Maverick.
Or maybe Goose. I don't know.
Maybe something unarmed? Because, he has got the pincer.
He's got the pincer, yeah.
Well, no, but it's going to go... the pincer, sure, but hasn't he got the buzzsaw, which is melee, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe
we need to put some points in melee.
Yeah, let's put some points in melee then.
I also wanted to suggest some points a point in pilot, just for my little... I'd love the idea of a Mr. Gutsy or a Mr. Handy just co-piloting one of the vertibirds with one.
That would be cool. That would be cool. Like he is his own ejector seat.
A point in pilot.
So yeah, we've done point melee. So we've got we've spent 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's our points. So he doesn't have
one more point. What? We've got 15 points.
Oh, I thought we had 9.
No,
I forgot to add
9 plus your intelligence.
I forgot to add intelligence. I'm dumb. Okay then. Well, in that case, definitely 1 in unarmed, like we were saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that
maybe
is
2 in melee. Give him a 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's up that.
That's his core programming, right?
He's like a bit of a bruiser, I think. Yeah. Everyone is now humming "Danger Zone" by Kenny Loggins.
Should we put something into athletics? Because that is like lifting, pushing, pulling.
Yeah, he's pretty... the hydraulics are going to make him pretty strong.
Should probably go 2 in that, I think, isn't he? He's got to be fairly...
Yeah.
He's got to be fairly
He doesn't tire either, right? They just run out of fuel.
Yeah.
So he can keep moving around those big boxes of requisition tech.
Exactly. I can pilot a load lifter. Steve, you have enough points in intelligence. You just failed your check. Fair enough. Thank you. I'll drink more. I'll drink more coffee. Maybe in that case, He's going to have to. So if he's traveling back, he's trying to get back to base. Maybe a little bit of barter would help him.
Yeah.
So 1 in barter, and that leaves us with that's 14 points spent. So we got 1 left.
Let's have a look.
Medicine. Maybe he's had some first aid training.
What about? I was going to say, what does laser emitter come down under? Is that
energy weapon?
Oh, we've already done energy weapons, haven't we? Yeah, of course.
Maybe some lockpick. If he's got to try and get into, go and find supplies, more fuel, break into some buildings.
I can go for that.
Locked loot trunks.
I can go for that. Cool. Excellent. Well, there we go. That's his skills all ranked up. What's next, Games Master?
Perks the fun bit. We have a long list of perks in the book, and we have to pick one.
Sweet.
What's his highest special score?
His highest special score is Perception and Endurance, both at 7.
7. I'll probably get a cheeky one of those in somehow.
Yeah, let's prioritize.
It's bad that my immediate thing was to do like the fan service of like, why don't we give him dog meat? Meet's a nice doggo on his way.
Nice doggo.
For dog meat, you need.
Oh, he doesn't have the charisma for it, does he?
Probably not.
Charisma 4.
No, he's got bingo fuel is not the most.
Dog meat is charisma 5.
Unfortunately, we're charisma 4.
Oh, I was looking at the wrong bit. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
No, we can't have Commando. That'd have been quite nice, wouldn't it?
If anyone is busting open
Laser Commander.
Oh.
Oh wait, we don't have a high enough perception.
Again, don't forget in chat, if you have a copy of the book or you've just got your PDF and you want to suggest stuff, or even if you don't and you just have something that you feel might be thematically appropriate for bingo, we can work out what perk that would be.
Yeah.
Like a good games master, we won't make you learn the rules, we'll just tell you what you're thinking.
Nuclear physicist might work. I don't know how high our intelligence is though. So I'm watching this on like the tiny screen.
Intelligence 9. No, so we've got intelligence of 6, right?
Intelligence. No, yeah, intelligence is 6.
Oh, how about Pathfinder when traveling long distances?
That makes sense.
Through the wilderness, a successful perception and survival test reduces the travel time by half.
That does make a degree of sense. Yeah.
Yeah, that would kind of work. He's got to.
That is perfect.
Got to compute the best routes to try and get him back before he runs out of fuel.
Cool. Yeah. Okay then. Sure. So that perk is. Oh, look at that. Path. Hello, sir. Why can't I see my writing? Oh no.
Kurt makes a good point in chat. Bingo is essentially a floating ball and thus should get a conditional charisma mod for being appealing to dog meat.
That
Big
makes
shiny
sense.
ball.
Yeah, but you see, dog meat doesn't follow him because he likes, bingo. He'd just follow him because he wants to eat bingo and throw him around a bit.
That would be
kind of the opposite. Yeah.
Okay, so Pathfinder. What rank is that? Presumably not high.
Rank 1.
Rank 1.
And what's the effect of it?
It is.
Have you got it?
Yeah, I've got it here. When traveling long distances through the wilderness, a successful perception survival test, with the difficulty determined by the GM based on the terrain, reduces travel time by half.
Okay. So,
do you want me to copy and paste this to you, Steve?
Or, what page number is it?
It is page 69.
Nice.
Nice. There you go.
No, I was going to be an adult and not say that, but Sam
that's spot the lazy GM there. There you go. Got to page 69 for working this one out. But yeah. That's how we work it out. But yeah, had I had a copy of the book open as well as all the streaming stuff, I would copy and paste in there. So forgive my laziness. What is What is next?
Right, statistics.
Right.
So we're going to work out a bunch of stuff.
Okay.
So carry weight, we don't have to work out because that's 150 pounds.
Yep.
And each pincer can only lift 40 pounds of weight.
Okay, so sorry, what's the first number again? I've got a Swiss cheese brain.
150 pounds.
150 pounds. And there we go. It's a bit big, but there we go. 150. Fantastic. Next.
Well, so we need our equipment to do our damage resistance, so let's wait for that just till after the equipment bit.
Sure.
Defense, if your agility is 8 or less, it's defense 1, so that's what our defense is.
Fair
That's
enough.
how hard we are to hit.
Yep, there we go. 1.
Our initiative score is our perception plus our agility.
Which is 7 plus 5, which is 12.
Wow.
Lovely.
A nice...
Math, Steve.
I've done a math! Right.
Our health points are our endurance plus our luck.
It's 11?
I quite like that it's
11?
luck.
Endurance plus luck. That is also 12.
Oh, also 12. I'm
Literally the same numbers
My
we added
screen
up
is
last
this
time, and we
big.
said we were good at math. Oh no.
I'm looking at a tiny Twitch window.
That's fair
What's our
enough.
strength? 6. Our strength, therefore, does not give us any bonus melee damage. So we don't have to
Okay.
worry about that. Right.
So,
Now
so I
we
just
choose
put
our
their
equipment.
6 in there then.
Well, there is
Just leave it blank.
Okay.
Brotherhood of Steel Initiate, which is an option, or there is Mr. Handy equipment. We have Mr. Gutsy equipment.
Use Mr. Gutsy equipment.
Yeah, that makes a degree of sense.
I guess it depends if he's one of those robots that's like a robot, or one of those robots that's been fashioned into you're basically a person that you sometimes kind of see.
I don't know. What do we feel like? He's the last surviving member of his platoon. Is he?
Yeah.
Is
What
he...
I would say is we've homebrewed this a little bit. So
Excellent.
if we were going to go with Mr. Gutsy, the arm attachments should have been 10mm pistol, 10mm auto pistol, buzzsaw, and laser emitter.
Okay, but
Rules
this,
is written. That's
rules
what it should have been.
rules written.
But we've had some fun.
This
You
is
know,
what
we've
he,
changed
this is
it
what
up a
he
bit.
is now. He's now got this story. He's now like a soul. He is a soul survivor in some ways. So you know, this is.
I think we should just go with like the Mr. Gutsy stuff. So
Okay.
there's Mr. Gutsy plating, recon sensors mod, and 10 caps.
Boom. Okay then. So what? Let's go
Mr.
through
Gutsy
those in order.
plating, Recon sensors. Right, I've got to find that stuff now.
Would we put these under gear? I guess so.
Yeah.
Excellent. Mr. Gutsy. Oh no, gotta do. Look at this ridiculousness. Mr. Gutsy plating. We'll do it like that.
Oh, please.
What was the next one? Mr. Gutsy plating.
Yeah. So Mr.
Sensors, and then 10 caps.
So Mr. Gutsy plating will actually give us 2 physical damage resistance and 2 energy damage resistance.
Okay. So where do I
on all locations?
Ooh.
So
Okay.
you see how it's got all those little boxes
Oh, yeah,
for all of
yeah,
your
yeah,
hit
yeah.
locations. That
Okay,
you
so
put there's a physical damage resistance, energy damage
There
resistance,
is.
radiation damage resistance, and poison damage resistance. And for physical and energy, they need to be 2 each.
I've got some copying and pasting to do.
Uh,
Here we go.
Nathan has given us the page for the recon sensors.
Yay, Nathan!
So they reduce
185.
they reduce
Do
the
it.
difficulty of tests to detect hidden opponents by 1 to a minimum of 0. Enemies visible to you who attempt to hide add +1 to the difficulty of their sneak test. So,
Perfect Brotherhood of Steel like recon bot.
yeah.
I love it.
This guy is my new favourite. And by which I mean both Bingo Fuel and Nathan.
And he's got some caps. I'm all about that.
He has indeed. There we go. 2. doesn't affect poison, does it?
No.
He's immune to poison.
He's
anyway.
immune to disease. Yeah, he's immune to radiation and poison anyway.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, then he has recon sensors.
Yep.
Where's the random trinkets thing?
And we need to mark down that costs us £5 on our weight to add those recon sensors.
Okay.
What are you looking for to trinkets?
Right, so I'm on the tools and utility item thing on page 181. And we've got hollow tags.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we should give him some hollow tags.
We should give him some hollow tags.
Just a bunch of them.
That's what he's carrying.
Every single one of his one of his hollow tags.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like we should maybe give him a holotape too, like a little log he's recorded.
Yeah.
Goes across the wasteland to show to people.
Can they play holotapes? I forget.
I think so. I'm not sure. I mean, if it's a Brotherhood of Steel one, they're probably outfitted a bit.
Hollow tags as a trinket.
Well, at least his squad would have had the ability to record and listen to holotapes. He can just carry it around until he finds, your group's survivors who can play it.
Exactly.
Exactly.
So he's got 15 holotags, and 1 holotape, and apparently is on his way to becoming a GLaDOS-style dictator.
Yeah, and that's right. Slow Assassin's right. You get some items for your tagged skills as well.
Cool.
They're on 81.
What do we get for those?
It's very handy. So you also get... Oh, Steve. Here we go. I was looking for trinkets. Roll me a d20.
Well, handily,
Where's your jar of dice?
I've got a Fallout d20 right here, so we'll do that the old way.
All right. What's that? 16?
16. 16. 16.
He's also carrying a necklace made out of junk.
Of course he is. What a good boy.
Take this to Barbara.
Tell her I always loved her. Some people collect license plates as they go through places, or fridge magnets. He's just collecting random junk.
Yeah.
Adding it on.
Necklace made of junk. Trinket. Okay, cool.
Okay, what did we tag? Energy weapons?
Yeah, we tagged energy weapons, explosives, and survival.
Okay, energy weapons. We get fusion cell containing 6 + 3 challenge dice worth of shots.
I would roll, but I don't have I've got some d6s here.
Fusion cell.
I don't have my Fallout ones to hand.
I've got some Fallout.
So it's going to be 6, 3, and a 5. So
that is 14.
6 is an effect.
We're doing effect dice.
It?
Effect dice. Okay.
Yeah, 2 effects.
So
you get what is it? 6 plus 2, 8. 8 shots.
Fusion
you get 8 shots with your laser emitter.
Cool. Fusion cell with 8 shots remaining in it.
He's not got many, bless him.
Well,
that's what he managed to scavenge from his fallen comrades.
Nathan says the laser emitter arm starts with 20 shots as well because he is a robot.
Hang in. Helpful.
What was the other tag skill we had?
Survival and explosives are the other ones.
So survival gives us 2 purified waters and 1 iguana on a stick.
I've never seen any iguanas.
Oh.
I like to think that this is not for him. This is something he has picked up on the way and has been he's using it to barter with people, right? He's like, if you help me, I've got a bottle of purified water.
That's it, yeah. Explosives.
Yeah.
You can have 2 Molotov cocktails or 2 baseball grenades. I like baseball grenades.
That does sound
fun. I like
fun.
to think that that's something he's picked up along the way too.
Yeah.
Like somewhere he's met a dude.
I know a guy.
done a bit of a swap, you know. It's
Yeah.
from that that bit of the movie where like things get really hairy and someone comes out of nowhere and is like, take these.
Yeah.
Dangerous to go alone.
It's like I get the impression there's like a flashback and it turns into like something out of like the Fast and the Furious where like guys with huge arms like shake hands like that and they're like, "You're my brother. I'll give you some baseball grenades."
Yeah, it's fair.
Know what I'm watching on Netflix this weekend. Right. Cool. Okay, so we've got energy weapons, explosives, and survival was the other tag.
Survival is 2 purified water.
Oh
and
yes,
1
sorry.
stick. Carrying around food and drink he can't consume.
Water and iguana on a stick. I'm gonna write that.
I did notice, Nathan, I do love the fact that you included that bit about you've never seen any iguanas. Perfect.
There's a whole bit, and I think it's Fallout. I want to say Fallout 2, but it might be Fallout 1, where you go to Bob's shack. I think it's Bob's shack. He sells you some iguana on a stick, and if you fail your charisma test, you thoroughly believe it's iguana on a stick.
Yeah, it's Bob's shack.
And if you pass it, you find out some interesting things. I recommend that you wiki it or go and play the game. Cause, it's the usual kind of wasteland horrifying.
Yes, I managed to do on my playthrough. I managed to extort Bob for money every week for that. Okay, so laser emitter. I've put ammo 28 because the 28 comes with plus the 8 in the fuel cell. What else do we need to fill in?
So we're made.
We're made, really, aren't we? Yeah.
I mean, you'd fill in all of the bits for your weapons and
Yeah,
stuff.
obviously.
For
purposes of this, we are made.
That'd be very boring to watch us do.
Yeah, but that is kind of like that's the gist. And it's one of those things where I always quite like, you know, to get a feel for a system. I do often quite just like putting together a character and sort of seeing how I can tie that in. And it's like it's nice how quickly you can just get in there and go, right, this is now the Ballad of Bingo Fuel. He's out there, you know, and I can then just go and take that way and plug that into a game with other people. Thank you in chat for helping out with that, and thank you Sam and V.